Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, October 9th, 2023. Today we'll recap the weekend's MLB playoff games, NFL, college football, WNBA finals, soccer, golf, NASCAR. We'll do NHL right-wing rankings, news and notes, and best bet, as well as look ahead to everything today. MLB playoffs is where we'll start today, only because it's the playoffs. We just wanted to change it up for Football Monday, too. We'll recap everything from the weekend and look ahead to the two NLDS games for tonight. All right, Saturday, ALDS Game 1, Rangers over the Orioles 3-2. Getting the win, Dane Dunning lost Kyle Bradish to save Jose Leclerc. ALDS Game 1, Astros over the Twins 6-4 to take a 1-0 series lead. Justin Verlander to win, Bailey Ober to loss, and Ryan Presley the save. NLDS Game 1, Phillies over the Braves 3-0. Jeff Hoffman the win, Spencer Strider the loss, and Craig Kimbrell with the save. And in LDS Game 1, the Diamondbacks absolutely destroyed the Dodgers 11-2. Merrill Kelly to win, and Clayton Kershaw the loss. All right, yesterday, ALDS Game 2, Rangers over the Orioles 11-8 to take a 2-0 series lead. Getting the win was Cody Bradford, the loss, Grayson Rodriguez. So the Orioles on the brink of elimination tomorrow. In ALDS Game 2, Twins over the Astros 6-2 to even up the series. At 1 apiece, Pablo Lopez the win, and Framber Valdez the loss. All right, two games tonight, 6 o'clock on CBS. You have the Phillies against the Braves. Game 2, borderline absolute must-win for the Atlanta Braves, as they are facing an 0-1 series deficit. The Braves are minus 158. The Phils are plus 134. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Phils plus 1.5 is minus 162. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 140. Zach Wheeler, Max Fried tonight. I like the under. I think that it's going to be a close game, just like Saturdays was throughout. And then the Phillies got that run on that interference call, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So I'm going to take the under in this game again. And then 9 o'clock on TBS, they have the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. Game 2, Zach Gallen, Bobby Miller. The Dodgers are minus 162. The D-backs are plus 136. Over under 8. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 160. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 130. This is a hard one, but I'm going to go with over 3.5 Diamondbacks runs, minus 113. Does this mean I think they're going to win the game and go up 2-0 in the series? No, but I don't trust Bobby Miller in the postseason, so I'm going to take the over on the Diamondbacks runs for my pick for this game. All right, NFL. We'll go over the games from the weekend. Look ahead to Monday Night Football for tonight. So, Jaguars over the Bills 25-20 in London. Jags are 3-2. Buffalo also 3-2. Colts over the Titans 23-16. The Colts are 3-2. The Titans are 1-3. Saints over the Patriots 34-0. Saints 3-2. Patriots 1-4. Dolphins over the Giants 31-16. The Dolphins are 4-1. The Giants are 1-4. Steelers beat the Ravens 17-10. Monster win for the Steelers, who are 3-2, as are the Ravens now. Falcons over the Texans 21-19. Falcons 3-2. Houston's 2-3. Lions over the Panthers 42-24. The Lions are 4-1. The Panthers are 0-5. Bengals over the Cardinals 34-20. The Bengals are 2-3. The Cardinals are 1-4. Eagles over the Rams 23-14. Eagles 5-0. Rams 2-3. Jets over the Broncos 31-21. The Jets are 2-3. The Broncos are 1-4. The Chiefs over the Vikings 27-20. Chiefs 4-1. The Vikings 1-4. And then the 49ers over the Cowboys 42-10. An impressive win for the 49ers. That is the marquee win any team has this season, in my opinion. And then the next being the Bills over the Dolphins. The 49ers are 5-0. Dallas drops to 3-2. All right, Monday Night Football, 8:15 on ABC and ESPN. You have the Packers and the Raiders. This game stinks. It's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the call. They probably had this on national TV because they want the ratings from the Packers fans, and then they thought the Raiders were going to somehow be good with Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, give me a freaking break. This game's terrible. in terms of the two teams. But Sunday night is not going to be good either next week, which we'll talk about when it gets there. So the Raiders are giving 1.5 totals, 45.5. And the Raiders are minus 134 favorites, and the Packers are plus 114. My projections say Green Bay 1.5 total, 44 and 9/10. The Packers do have a lot of injuries, and that's why Vegas has the minus by their name. Jimmy Garoppolo's not 100% healthy either. And I don't trust the Raider defense. I think Jordan Love will have a bounce-back game. They're getting some guys back, Green Bay, but not everyone. Bakhtiari's on the IR. Devondre Campbell's out. Aaron Jones might be back. Jair Alexander might be back. Devontae Adams might not play for the Raiders, ironically enough. But I understand that angle, too, the Devontae Adams revenge. Elgton Jenkins questionable. Nate Hobbs isn't playing for the Raiders. I'm going to take Green Bay plus 1.5 and plus 114 to win the game straight up tonight. All right, college football. We'll go over the results from the weekend. And don't forget, there's games tomorrow. Just want to tell you guys a friendly reminder. So, Friday results. Oklahoma State over Kansas State, 29-21. Nebraska over Illinois, 20-7. Saturday, Red River Rivalry, which was, in my opinion, the best game of the weekend. Number 12 of Oklahoma upsets number 3 Texas, 34-30. Number 4 Ohio State beats Maryland, 34-17. Number 23 LSU defeats number 21 Missouri, 49-39. BC beats Army, 27-24. Mississippi State over Western Michigan, 41-28. Wisconsin over Rutgers, 24-13. Virginia over William & Mary, 27-13. Toledo over UMass, 41-24. NC State over Marshall, 48-41. UTSA over Temple, 49-34. Buffalo over Central Michigan, 37-13. UCLA defeats number 13 Washington State, 25-17. That was not an upset because UCLA was favored. Northwestern over Howard, 23-20. Number 5 Florida State over Virginia Tech, 39-17. Number 11 Alabama over Texas A&M, 26-20. Number 14 North Carolina beats Syracuse, 40-7. Iowa over Purdue, 20-14. Clemson over Wake, 17-12. Navy over North Texas, 27-24. Louisiana over Texas State, 34-30. Eastern Michigan over Ball State, 24-10. Miami of Ohio over Bowling Green, 27-0. Ohio over Kent State, 42-17. Northern Illinois over Akron, 55-14. Florida over Vandy, 38-14. Kansas over UCF, 51-22. UAB over South Florida, 56-35. Troy over Arkansas State, 37-3. UConn over Rice, 38-31. FAU over Tulsa, 20-17. Colorado over Arizona State, 27-24. Number 1 Georgia over number 20 Kentucky, 51-13. South Alabama over UL Monroe, 55-7. Old Dominion over Southern Miss, 17-13. Number 2 Michigan crushes Minnesota, 52-10. That was Michigan's best performance of the season. Number 16 Ole Miss over Arkansas, 27-20. Number 25 Louisville upsets number 10 Notre Dame, 33-20. Georgia Tech upsets number 17 Miami, 23-20 on one of the most ridiculous finishes you'll ever see. Wyoming upsets number 24 Fresno State, 24-19. Texas Tech beats Baylor, 39-14. Iowa State beats TCU, 27-14. Utah State beats Colorado State, 44-24. Boise State beats San Jose State, 35-27. Number 15 Oregon State beats Cal, 52-40. And number 9 USC beats Arizona, 43-41 in triple overtime. So some very interesting results this weekend. All right, the WNBA Finals, Game 1. We'll go over that very quickly as the Aces defeat the Liberty in Game 1 by a score of 99-82. Jackie Young, 26 points in the victory. Breanna Stewart had 20 in defeat. Naja Wilson had 19. Kelsey Plum had 26. Chelsea Gray had 20. The bench did nothing for Vegas. It was all the starters. And then Liberty, Ionescu had a terrible game. She had 7 points. Courtney Vandersloot had 10. John Claude Jones had 16. And Benija Laney had 11. But their best bench player was Maureen Johannes with 14. She was the best bench player in this whole game. 3-point shooting, they each shot 9. The difference in this game was the third quarter, as the Aces just had a good third quarter. Now it's the difference in this game. Game 2 will be on Wednesday. We'll preview and pick it on the Wednesday podcast. Okay, now let me move on to soccer. We will go over all the notable results from the weekend and look ahead to everything going on today. We'll start with MLS. Atlanta Columbus 1-1 draw. CF Montreal over Portland 4-1. DC United over NYCFC 2-0. Cincinnati over Miami 1-0. Red Bulls over Toronto 3-0. Orlando over New England 3-2. Philly Nashville 0-0 draw. LAFC over Austin 4-2. Charlotte over Chicago 2-0. Dallas San Jose 1-1 draw. Houston over Colorado 5-1. Minnesota over the Galaxy 5-2. KC over Salt Lake 3-2. And Seattle Vancouver 0-0 draw. All right, La Liga. Athletic over Almeria 3-0. Saturday, Girona over Cadiz 1-0. Real Madrid over Osasuna 4-0. Mallorca Valencia 1-1 draw. Sevilla Rayo 2-2 draw. Sunday, Las Palmas over Villarreal 2-1. Athletic over Real Sociedad 2-1. Alaves Betis 1-1 draw. Celta Vigo Getafe 2-2 draw. And Granada Barcelona 2-2 draw. The Premier League. Saturday, Tottenham over Luton 1-0. Chelsea over Burnley 4-1. Everton over Bournemouth 3-0. Fulham over Sheffield United 3-1. Man United over Brentford 2-1. And Crystal Palace Nottingham Forest 0-0 draw. Sunday, Brighton Liverpool 2-2 draw. West Ham Newcastle 2-2 draw. Wolves Aston Villa 1-1 draw. And Arsenal over Man City 1-0. These soccer leagues are going on a break until not this upcoming weekend, but next weekend, the 20th, 21st, 22nd. Women's Soccer League, Friday, Louisville over Orlando 3-2. Oil Reign over Washington. I'm sorry, that was a 0-0 draw. I read that wrong. Saturday, Portland over Gotham 1-0. North Carolina, San Diego 0-0 draw. And KC over Chicago 6-3. Sunday, Angel City over Houston 2-1. Liga MX, Friday, America over Mazatlan 2-1. Saturday, Monterrey over Juarez 3-1. Guadalajara over Atlas 4-1. Pachuca Tigres 1-1 draw. And UNAM over Cruz Azul 4-1. Sunday, Toluca over Querétaro 3-1. Puebla over Necaxa 2-1. Leon over Santos 2-0. And Tijuana over Athletic San Luis 2-1. German Bundesliga, Friday. Gladbach and Mainz 2-2 draw. Saturday, Dortmund over Union Berlin 4-2. Darmstadt over Augsburg 2-1. RP Leipzig Bochum 0-0 draw. Stuttgart over Wolfsburg 3-1. Hoffenheim over Bremen 3-2. And then yesterday, Leverkusen over Cologne 3-0. Bayern over Freiburg 3-0. And Frankfurt over Heidenheim 2-0. Serie A. Friday, Empoli Udinese 0-0 draw. Lecce Sassuolo 1-1 draw. Saturday, Inter Milan Bologna 2-2 draw. Juventus over Torino 2-0. And Milan over Genoa 1-0. And then yesterday, Monza over Salernitana 3-0. Frosinone over Verona 2-1. Lazio over Atalanta 3-2. AS Roma over Cagliari 4-1. And Fiorentina over Napoli 3-1. French League 1, Friday. Nantes over Strasbourg 2-1. Saturday, Nice over Metz 1-0. Monaco over Reims 3-1. And then yesterday, Marseille over Le Havre AC 3-0. Brest Toulouse 1-1 draw. Lyon Lorient 3-3 draw. Montpellier Clermont-Foot abandoned, but Montpellier has a 4-2 lead. Lens Lille 1-1 draw. And PSG over Rennes 3-1. Dutch Eredivisie. Friday, FC Volendam over FC Utrecht 1-0. Saturday, Heerenveen NEC 1-1 draw. Almere City over RKC Waldrich 1-0. Go Ahead Eagles over Heracles 4-0. And Vitesse Excelsior 0-0 draw. Sunday, Feyenoord over PEC Zwolle 2-0. AZ Alkmaar over Ajax 2-1. FC Twente over Fortuna 3-0. And PSV over Sparta 4-0. ELC. Friday, Birmingham over West Brom 3-1. Saturday, Borough over Sunderland 4-0. Cardiff, Watford 1-1 draw. Coventry, Norwich City 1-1 draw. Ipswich over Preston 4-2. Leeds over Bristol City 2-1. Leicester over Stoke 2-0. Millwall Hull 2-2 draw. Swansea over Plymouth 3-1. Blackburn over QPR 4-0. Sheffield Wednesday Huddersfield 0-0 draw. And Rotherham Southampton 1-1 draw. All right, League One from the weekend. Oxford United over Bristol Rovers 2-1. Carlisle over Bolton 3-1. Charlton Blackpool 2-2 draw. Cheltenham Derby 1-1 draw. Barnsley over Exeter 1-0. Wycombe over Fleetwood Town 4-1. Leyton Orient over Reading 2-1. Peterborough over Lincoln City 2-0. Portsmouth over Port Vale 2-0. Shrewsbury over Northampton 1-0. And Stevenage over Wigan 1-0. One game today, 3 o'clock, you have Burton Albion and Cambridge. So I'm going to pull that up real quick. Burton plus 125, Cambridge plus 220, and the draws plus 220. Burton right now is in 20th. And Cambridge is in 15th. There's not that much difference between these two teams. I'm going to take the draw at plus 220. Now I'll move on to golf. We'll go over the results from the latest tournament, which was the Sand Farms. Your winner, there's a playoff. 5-way. Amazingly enough. Score of 18 under, playoff score of 3, Luke List. Tied for second, playoff score of 4, but 18 under, Henrik Norlander, Scott Stallings, Ludwig Gayberg, and Ben Griffin. Tied for 6 with 17 under, Mark Hubbard, Kirsten Ziedenhout, and Chen Yuan. Tied for 9th with 16 under, Troy Merritt, Cam Champ, Cheng Sun Pan. 12th with 15 under, Zicheng Du. Tied for 13th with 13 under, Taylor Hogue, Joel Dahman, and Brett White. Tied for 16th with 12 under, David Thompson, Kelly Craft, Tyler Duncan, Grayson Higo, Ben Martin, Evan Van Rooyen, Alex Smalley, Chad Ramey, Adam Svensson. Tied for 25th with 11 under, Matt Neesmith, Stefan Yeager, and Peter Quest. Tied for 28th with 10 under, Lucas Griffin, Vincent Whaley, Kevin Chappell, Russell Knox, Harrison Endicott, Lucas Herbert, and Beal Hostler. Tied for 35th with 9 under, Kremer Hickok, Nate Hardy, Robert Streb, Adam Long, Scott Harrington, Hank Lebioda, Jason Hadley, and Eric Cole. Tied for 43rd with 8 under, Cam Percy, Callum Tarrant, Jimmy Walker, Nicholas Lindheim, Lucas Hodges, SK Bahita, Alex Loren, and Cody Gribble. Tied for 51st with 7 under, Kevin Kisner, Sam Ryder, Peter Malnati, Tanner Gainey, David Slipsky. Tied for 56 with 6 under, Martin Laird, Dylan Fratelli, Kyle Westmoreland, Andrew Landry, Chris Baker, Doc Redmond. Tied for 62nd with 5 under, Wesley Bryant, Michael Glidgick, Brandon Wu. Tied for 65th with 4 under, Richie Rensky, Brandon Snecker, and Ross Steelman. Tied for 68th with 3 under, Harry Higgs, Ryan Palmer, Austin Cook. Tied for 71st with 2 under, William McGirt and Chris Stroud. Tied for 73rd with 1 under, Trevor Cohn and Ben Taylor. Tied for 75th and even, Jonas Blix and Ted Potter Jr. And then the rest, tied for 77th with 2 over, Joaquim Herman. Now we'll do notables. Cut, Doug Gim, Carson Young, S.H. Kim, Zach Blair, Trey Mullinax, Mackenzie Hughes, Pat Kazir, Austin Smotherman, Sean O'Hare, Sam Bennett, Ben Crane, Charlie Hoffman, MJ Duffy, Bryce Garnett, Jason Duffner, Tyson Alexander, Kevin Tway, Scott Piercy, DJ Tran, Hayden Buckley, Emiliano Grillo, Robbie Shelton, Grayson Chalmers, Will Gordon, Max McGreevy, Harry Hall, Paul Haley, Kevin Strowman, Davis Riley, Scott Stevens, Sodi Kodiora, Ryan Moore, Chester V, Andrew Novak, Brian Matthews, Nate Watney, Brent Grant, Keith Mitchell, and Matthias Schwab. Now we'll do NASCAR. We'll go over the weekend's results. And there's only a couple more weeks left in NASCAR, amazingly enough. We'll start with Xfinity from Charlotte. Your winner was Sam Meyer. Coming in second was Cole Custer. Third, Josh Barely. Fourth, Riley Herbst. Fifth, Kaz Grala. Sixth, Parker Klickerman. Seventh, Daniel Hemrick. Eighth, John Hunter Nemechek. Ninth, Austin Hill. 10th, Sheldon Creed. The rest, Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith, Ryan Sieg, Myatt Snyder, Alex Labe, Jordan Taylor, Brendan Poole, Stephon Parsons, Raja Caruth, Josh Williams, Leyland Honeyman, Parker Retzlaff, Jeremy Clements, Connor Mozak, Josh Belicki, Kyle Weatherman, Saja Karam, Blaine Perkins, Brandon Jones, Anthony Alfredo, Joe Graff Jr., Kyle Sieg, Alex Gannett, Jeb Burton, Connor Daly, Ryan Ellis, Justin Alliger, and Brett Moffitt. And the Cup Series from Charlotte, your winner, A.J. Allmendinger. Second, William Byron. Third, Kyle Busch. Fourth, Ty Gibbs. Fifth, Joey Logano. Sixth, Tyler Riddick. Seventh, Chris Buescher. Eighth, Alex Bowman. Ninth, Chase Elliott. 10th, Ross Chastain. The rest, Ryan Preece, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Austin Dillon, Chris Bell, Bubba Wallace, Corey LaJoie, Brad Kozlowski, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Almirola, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland, Harrison Burton, Austin Cindric, Josh Belicki, Austin Hill, Chase Briscoe, Mike Rockenfeller, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Andy Lally, Eric Jones, and Denny Hamlin. Next weekend is Vegas. So the second Vegas race, which is, we don't see a second Vegas race that often, but here we are. Okay, now I'm going to do the NHL right-wing rankings. We're supposed to do this on the Friday show, but we couldn't. So tomorrow we're going to do both left D-man and right D-man rankings, and then tonight I'm going to drop the season preview and predictions podcast. Or very, very early tomorrow morning. It's either or. So without further ado, my rankings for NHL right wing for the 2023-24 season. All right. $128, Alex Barre-Bullet, Lightning. $127, Radim Zorna, Penguins. $126, Parker Kelly, Senators. $125, Alexei Portas, Capitals. $124, AJ Greer, Bruins. $123, Walker Duehr, Flames. $122, Connor Dewar, Wild. $121, Michael Pezzetta, Canadiens. $120, Curtis Lazar, Devils. $119, Julian Gauthier, Islanders. $118, Cole Smith, Predators. $117, Brandon Duane, Wild. $116, Dmitry Voronkov, Blue Jackets. $115, Alexei Torpachenko, Blues. $114, Jacob Locko, Bruins. $113, Keegan Costler, Golden Knights. $112, Ryan Reeves, Maple Leafs. $111, Brock McGinn, Ducks. $110, Matthew Joseph, Senators. $109, Logan O'Connor, Avalanche. $108, Luke Kunin, Sharks. $107, Mason Appleton, Jets. $106, Trevor Lewis, Kings. $105, Christian Fisher, Red Wings. $104, Garnet Hathaway, Flyers. $103, Cal Clutterbuck, Islanders. $102, Michael Amadio, Golden Knights. $101, Vladislav Nemestikov, Jets. $100, Sammy Blais, Blues. $99, Sam Lafferty, Maple Leafs. $98, Alex Lafayette, Kings. $97, Luke Evangelista, Predators. $96, Ilya Mikheyev, Canucks. $95, Fabian Zetterlund, Shucks. $94, or I should say Sharks, not Shucks. 94, Yegor Chanikov, Blue Jackets. 93, Taylor Radish, Blackhawks. 92, Michael Isamont, Lightning. 91, Kyler Yamamoto, Kraken. 90, Jimmy Vesey, Rangers. 89, Kyle Okposo, Sabres. 88, Derek Ryan, Oilers. 87, Nick Cousins, Panthers. 86, Corey Perry, Blackhawks. 85, Jeff Carter, Penguins. 84, Craig Smith, Stars. 83, Warren Fogle, Oilers. 82, Kirill Marchenko, Blue Jackets. 81, Oliver Wahlstrom, Islanders. 80, Zach Benson, Sabres. 79, Matthew Coronado, Flames. 78, Dylan Guenther, Coyotes. 77, Josh Anderson, Canadiens. 76, Kalle Jarnuk, Maple Leafs. 75, Juuso Parassinen, Preds. 74, Tanner Genois, Lightning. 73, Kevin LeBlanc, Sharks. 72, Ryan Donato, Blackhawks. 71, Alex Newhook, Canadiens. 70, Jesper Fast, Hurricanes. 69, Brendan Gallagher, Canadiens. 68, Dennis Guranov, Predators. 67, Daniel Sprong, Red Wings. 66, Kasperi Kapanen, Blues. 65, Anthony Duclair, Sharks. 64, Alexei Lafreniere, Rangers. 63, Lawson Krause, Coyotes. 62, Connor Brown, Oilers. 61, Cam Atkinson, Flyers. 60, Tom Wilson, Capitals. 59, Jason Zucker, Coyotes. 58, Blake Wheeler, Rangers. 57, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Kraken. 56, Capo Kakko, Rangers. 55, Evan Rodriguez, Panthers. 54, Andrei Burakovsky, Kraken. 53, Evgeny Dadonov, Stars. 52, TJ Oshie, Capitals. 51, Dylan Dubé, Flames. 50, Alexander Holtz, Devils. 49, Gabriel Velarde, Jets. 48, Thomas Tatar, Avalanche. 47, Ryan Strome, Ducks. 56, Anthony Mantha, Capitals. 45, Connor Garland, Canucks. 44, Jack Roslovic, Blue Jackets. 43, Lucas Raymond, Red Wings. 42, Victor Olofsson, Sabres. 41, Andrew Magnanape, Flames. 40, Dawson Mercer, Devils. 39, Valeri Nichukin, Avalanche. 39, Brian Rust, Penguins. 37, Travis Kelce, Flyers. 36, Andreas Athanasiou, Blackhawks. 35, Brock Bosser, Canucks. 34, Victor Edvardsen, Kings. 33, Matsu Gorella, Wild. 32, Tyler Toffoli, Devils. 31, Nikolaj Ehlers, Jets. 30, Tyson Foerster, Flyers. 29, Sam Reinhart, Panthers. 28, Zach Hyman, Oilers. 27, David Perron, Red Wings. 26, Jordan Eberle, Kraken. 25, Tyler Seguin, Stars. 24, Alex Killorn, Ducks. 23, Matt Barzal, Islanders. 22, Jonathan Marchessault, Golden Knights. 21, Andrei Kuzmenko, Canucks. 20, Drake Batherson, Senators. 19, Seth Jarvis, Hurricanes. 18, Nick Schmaltz, Coyotes. 17, Jordan Kyrou, Blues. 17, Jake DeBrusk, Bruins. 15, Matt Boldy, Wild. 14, Adrian Kempe, Kings. 13, Teuvo Teravainen, Hurricanes. 12, Alex Tuch, Sabres. 11, Troy Terry, Ducks. 10, Claude Giroux, Senators. 9, Joe Pavelski, Stars. 8, Martin Nesas, Hurricanes. 7, Mark Stone, Golden Knights. 6, Jake Gensel, Penguins. 5, Mitch Marner, Maple Leafs. 4, Mikko Rantanen, Avalanche. 3, Matthew Tkachuk, Panthers. 2, David Pastrnak, Bruins. And number 1, Nikita Kucherov, Tampa Bay Lightning. Right wing is loaded. There's guys that could conceivably reach 70, 80 points this year that are in the 50s, 60s even. To me, Kucherov, Pastrnak, and Tkachuk are easily the best 3. Rantanen's right there. Marner's right there. Gensel is out of the top 5. He's been hurt a little bit. Mark Stone's always hurt, but his team just won the title. He was one of the best players on the team that won the title. Nate Goss is awesome. Pavelski and Giroux are old, but they still produce. And even guys in the teens here, like Teravainen, Terry, Tuck, DeBrusk, Kyrou, all could easily get to like 80 points this year too. So, right wing's absolutely loaded this year. Tomorrow we'll do both left and right defense. Top 100 players Wednesday. The season predictions shall either be tonight or tomorrow, depending. All right, now move on to the news and notes as we talk about what's happened over the weekend. So we're going to talk football first. Jonathan Taylor's back with the Colts, 3 years, $42 million, 26.5 guaranteed. One of the league's highest running backs, so much for a trade. They worked things out, and he's back. And he did not score a touchdown yesterday, as Zach Moss did. Cardinals unsure on Kyler, as the team hasn't decided if they'll keep him after the season. I think he's going to get traded, obviously. Maybe he'll be on Atlanta next year or something like that. Cooper Kupp came back against the Eagles. That was pretty cool. Chase Claypool got traded for the second time in a year to the Miami Dolphins, as the Bears sent him in a 2025 7th-round pick to the Dolphins for a 2025 6th. We'll see how this trade works out for Miami. I think it's a good low-risk deal for Miami. Randy Gregory traded to the 49ers as the Broncos sent him with a 2024 7th-round pick for a 2024 6th. I think it's a good depth piece for the Niners. And the 49ers will pay a veteran minimum the rest of the year. Jameson Williams came back for the Lions against the Panthers after his suspension was reduced. How about this? J.C. Jackson refused to play for the Chargers as he would not enter a game versus the Raiders before getting traded to New England. That's crazy. Giants quarterback Daniel Jones suffered a neck injury, as he says his neck was sore after he injured his neck in that defeat. Anthony Richardson left the game with a shoulder injury, and it was reported that he has an AC joint sprain, so he might be out for a little bit. Aaron Rodgers posted a recovery update, which is promising. Von Miller came back against the Jaguars. T. Higgins did not play against the Cardinals. Oh, wow. David Bakhtiari's out for the season. That's brutal. He might have played his last game for the Packers. Like, if Rodgers is back next year, can you just totally see Bakhtiari on the Jets? That's what the Packers probably should do if the team's bad this year and they realize Jordan Love's not the guy. Bakhtiari, they should move him to the Jets. And they get to get one last kick of the can with Rodgers and Bakhtiari and all those young players on the Jets. Teron Armstead on IR because of a knee injury. Expected to return, though, this year. That's not great for Miami. Jimmy G clears the protocol as he's expected to play against the Packers. Jahmyr Gibbs or Ross St. Brown did not play against the Panthers. Gibbs had a hamstring injury. And I think Amon-Ra had was it a knee injury? Ankle? Abdominal. That's what he had. Joe Burrow not close to being fully healthy. Apparently he's a few weeks away. Well, he looked good yesterday for the first time in a while. Perhaps all season. Panthers offensive lineman Chandler Zavala collapses on the field, and he gave a thumbs up while being carted off. Hopefully he'll be okay. Matt Milano fractured his leg as he may have a season-ending injury. That is a brutal loss for the Buffalo Bills if he's out for the year. And then Zavala's out of the hospital as he flew home with the team after being stretched off with a neck injury. Travis Kelce left the game with a foot injury after slipping on the turf, and then he came back and then scored a touchdown. And then Justin Jefferson exited the game yesterday with a hamstring injury. Tyreek Hill takes a shot at the refs and Taylor Swift as he says the officials saved the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and last weekend against the Jets. And then Stephon Diggs was fined $13,000 for a touchdown celebration as the league levies Diggs for Stone Cold beer celebration in Week 4. Dak Prescott had a humbling quote. He goes, "I didn't see it coming. This might be the most humbling game I've ever been a part of." Wow. The AP poll is out for college football for this week. 1 through 5, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, Oklahoma. 6 through 10, Penn State, Washington, Oregon, Texas, USC. 11 through 15, Alabama, North Carolina, Ole Miss, Louisville, Oregon State. 16 with the tie for 19th, Utah, Duke, UCLA, Wazoo, Tennessee. 21 through 25, Notre Dame, LSU, Kansas, Kentucky, Miami. Others receiving votes, Missouri, Wyoming, Air Force, Wisconsin, Tulane, West Virginia, Clemson, Maryland, Iowa, James Madison, Texas A&M. Dropping from the rankings, Missouri and Fresno. Biggest drop, Notre Dame. Biggest riser, Louisville, obviously. So, interesting rankings group. There's a lot of these teams that are in the others that have some big games coming up, like West Virginia and Wyoming and Air Force. Maybe Clemson can get back in there. Wisconsin, obviously. So, we'll see. I'm looking forward to the week as well. Bryce James made a visit at Ohio State as he stops by Ohio Stadium during the visit. So we talked about the controversial call in the NLDS. The Braves fans were so upset after catcher's interference gifted the Phillies a run. And now the question is, was it the right call? Debatable, questionable. But it did look like catcher's interference. And, of course, the Braves fans are losing their minds. Brutal news for the Marlins. Sandil contract the 2024 season as he underwent Tommy John surgery. That's brutal for Miami. They're going to have to get a pitcher that's on like a rental pitcher for the season next year. John Schneider will be back in 2024 despite latest postseason failure with the Blue Jays. So I did think he would be brought back because, like I said on the podcast, I thought whoever missed the playoffs between Toronto and Seattle was going to have a new manager in 24. But it looks like I'm going to be wrong about Seattle. Joey Votto wants to play next year as he would consider leaving the Reds to play at least one more season. He said that on the Dan Patrick Show. All right, Max Scherzer left off the ALDS roster because of the shoulder injury, but he felt good after throwing live batters on Friday for the first time since September. Playoffs return is TBD. I would have considered picking them over the Orioles had he been healthy. There's a ton of celebrities in the WNBA Finals Game 1. LeBron, Tom Brady, among them. Team USA is recruiting Drew Holiday as he's aggressively being pursued for the 2024 Olympics. The Celtics and Peyton Pritchard agreed to extension for year $30 million. That's a cute extension for him. And he's being well paid. Damian Lillard said he was shocked by the Bucks trade, as Lillard didn't believe Milwaukee deal was actually going to happen. Evan Fournier was blunt after getting left out of the Knicks rotation. Well, guess what? You're not good anymore. You deserve to be left out of the Knicks rotation. So preseason injuries. Kyrie Irving and Seth Curry missed the preseason game in Dubai against the Timberwolves. Jared Allen has an ankle injury, so he may be out to start the season. He's out at least 2 weeks. That's not good for Cleveland. Soccer. Messi played against Cincinnati, but Miami lost to Cincinnati, so they're eliminated. And they were plus 750 to win the MLS Cup, which is stupid. That's the most overvalued price I've seen a sports team to win a championship in my lifetime, just because of one player they acquired mid-season. Granted, one of the greatest soccer players ever, if not the greatest. But they were too far out of it. And one more thing, some hockey news. Rasmus Dahlin, Sabres, 8 years, $88 million extension. Good job by Buffalo locking up the former number 1 overall pick, who is already one of the best defensemen in the league. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. We have a couple of options. We have soccer, and we have Monday Night Football, and we have baseball. And where I decided to go, I'm going to go with a quarter unit on over 3.5 runs for the Diamondbacks. I just think that Bobby Miller and that Dodger bullpen can't be trusted. Granted, Kershaw was awful in Game 1. I'm not saying the Diamondbacks are winning Game 2, but I just think they'll score more than 3 runs tonight against a rookie pitcher. So over 3.5 runs. A quarter unit. Minus 113. All right, so that's it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and looking ahead to everything tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.